Alrighty, this just in from CStoys and their awesome pre-order program. It is the Tamashii Web exclusive Kamen Rider Zangetsu SHIN Melon Energy Arms Figuarts figure, and I totally forgot to bring the regular SHF Zangetsu, and I had intended to. I meant to bring him with me and have him as a comparison, and I left him on the shelf at home. Anyway, so my apologies. But we'll go ahead and look at this anyway. He does not have the window box like the previous ones do. It's a solid box, which is a little different. It still has the same styles. It's got the same, basic layout. It just this is not a window box. It's got the picture of him in front of it. So just something a little different to exclusive make it look a little different from the standard releases. And inside, we'll open them up here. You got the plastic tray. There's a little instruction sheet on how to operate everything, but it's pretty basic. And inside you got the tray with the figure. Now when I first opened this up, I was a little disappointed that there were two different bows, one flat and one drawn. And I don't know why I was expecting something different. I've seen the pictures of the two different bows and that they were separate pieces, and maybe it was just I was thinking of the arms change version, which does actually extend and pull out. I'm fine with it. They're really nice, and they look really nice with the figure. But yeah, that was my first impression. I was like, oh yeah, right. But he's got an off-white. I will go ahead and crack mine. You can see he's got the different hands, an extra closed lock seed, the two bows on the figure itself. So we can do this without popping everything out of the side of the tray. Hey, I did it. And there is Takatora. Always Takatora, never Michi. I never liked him for taking this outfit and ruining it. Ruining it for me. I'll turn your ankle. There we go. Get her staying there. So it's really nice. We'll go ahead and get... oh, we're not going to mess up. We show the things. There's, like I said, there's a little tiny closed Melon Energy lock seed. Very tiny. Very teensy. You can see. I don't want to lose that. Again, not quite as small as the Astro switches on the Figuarts Forze, but it is still very, very tiny. And then you got, like I said, you got 7 extra hands here. You've got left and right bow holding hands, left and right bow drawing hands, and a couple open hands, and then a hand specifically sculpted up here to go over here to grip the Genesis driver handle. I'll show you that right now. It's just a kind of a grip, kind of a cupped hand there that you pop it onto this wrist, and it to simulate the I'm about to activate my belt pose. And I mean, it's kind of a relaxed display pose. It's not bad. It took me a minute. I was like, what is this hand for? And then I remembered it's probably to activate the driver. But he comes with the standard fists. We're going to go ahead and you can give him just some, like I said, some slightly open hands. We're going to go ahead and do the make the right hand of the bow drawing hand. You can see there's a slot there between the fingers for the bow handle to go in, and then the left bow holding hand. So we'll go ahead and pop those on. And again, there's little tiny ball joints, which are way sturdier than you would think for such tiny ball joints. You just swap them out. The detailing on this guy is amazing. Like I said, he's not 100% white. He's kind of an off-white with the black detailing. But like again, the melon detail, just like on the original on this armor, is great. And all the little bubbles in like the soda parts, even up in the visor, just really well done. It's amazing how awesome they look and how they managed to get that bubble effect on such a tiny figure. Let me focus that. And again, he can hold either bow. And it can be a little difficult. Like this hand it's soft, kind of rubbery plastic, so it bends easy to get out of the way. But like this, getting through here and then around this thumb, the thumb keeps likes to push in when you do it. It's kind of tricky to get it in practice. I find it's easier to it did just pop off, but it's easier to get it on this way. So you can see when you try to get in there, that thumb really likes to, unless you get up in there and pull it around, it really likes to just bend up like that. You kind of have to massage it out. Yeah, there he is holding the standard bow. And that's good for just, like, you just want to pose him on the shelf holding it. It's pretty cool. And you can get some dynamic at-rest poses with that. But since I already have him in his regular Zangetsu suit, in a very similar pose to that with his sword and his shield, I was messing around with some more action poses, which is how I'm probably going to leave him. Push that hand all the way on. So again, the same thing over here. Takes a little fiddling to get it in the hand. Let's see if I can't do it without popping it off this time. Again, it's just a matter of getting that thumb out of the way and around. There we go. So you've got that, and then it's got the grip over here for the handle. Which, on a real bow, you would just grab the string directly, but I know like a lot of professional archers and hunters actually have grips like this that they use to grab the string, and usually it's just a quick release, like you push a button back here and it would let go of the string up here, but it is evocative of that, so it's not an entirely inaccurate bow design, which I like. And you just put this in here through his fingers, and then he's gripping the bow. This is bad archery form, and that's the one thing that I complained about the most, because I can kind of get him. I can get him almost in a proper archery form, but the joints are almost good enough to do it, but not quite. I can get him in a semi-decent actual archery pose, but not quite right. This arm should be straight out. He faces the target sideways like this, foot pointing to target. This arm should be straight out, and this arm should be able to come up and draw this back to about his cheek. And it can't quite do that. But you can get a pretty decent, I'm about to shoot this bow pose, which is really awesome. And this is probably how he's going to go on my shelf. Probably crouched a little bit more, but like a bit more dynamic in the legs, and overall body positioning. But he's kind of going to look like that on my shelf. You can actually, again, this little lock seed comes out as well. So you can take the open lock seed and attach it to the bow, just like on the show when they do the final power-up attacks. And get it to stay in there. There we go. So you can have them all Sonic Arrow, Energy Melon Squash, whatever. So yeah, it's like I said, one of my favorite character. I think Takatori is my favorite character on the show. I love both of his armor designs. I think I may like his base Zangetsu armor a little bit more than this, but not much, because this is a really nice, elegant-looking armor as well. And like I said, definitely my favorite character from the show. This will always be Takatora and not Michi, because I hated that he ever wore this armor. But yeah, a lot of nice detailing, all the detailing on the black vents, even to the back of the back panel. Just really, really well done. Another, like all the figures in this line have been great. And it's kind of making me regret not getting Durian Arms or Bravo and some of the other, and Dongri, or Gridon, the other exclusive figures, because they really are nicely done. But I think I got him, I got Kachidoki Arms coming. I still haven't pre-ordered Kiwami Arms. I don't know if I will. But this guy is ace of the base. This guy is great. Probably, I think I said, him and the original Zangetsu and Gaim are are really the best. Like Baron and Ryugen are both very, very well done figures, but those guys are just top notch. And I'm really, really digging this guy. So there it is. There is the Kamen Rider Zangetsu SHIN Melon Energy Arms SH Figuarts figure. Again, thanks to CStoys for allowing us to get our hands on these, since they are web exclusive figures. Really great, really awesome. I know I say that a lot. At least I can't really think of a flaw. Like, maybe I wish that the bow could actually extend and collapse by itself. There's always a little bit of a flaw with the figure in that, like, you have to, they're not super posable in the hands. You have to swap out some accessory parts. But for what they look like, that's a very, very easy trade-off to make, because they just really nail the attention to detail and every little thing about it. There's not a whole lot I can really complain about with this guy. Again, and the lock seeds are very tiny and probably easy to lose. So be careful of those. Like, I've had a couple of these fall off the shelf, and I've had to hunt for Kota's lock seed longer than I would have cared to admit, because it bounced under the shelving unit I had put them on, and it took me forever to find it because it was his orange Lockseed, which is even smaller than that one. It was just little teensy Lockseed, and not as bad as the time that Forze fell off the shelf and 2 of his Astro switches went flying off. I found them all, but so yeah, there is a drawback with small parts, but chances are if you're collecting these things, you know how to take care of small parts. But there it is, Kamen Rider Zangetsu SHIN, Melon Energy Arms, SHF. If you find one, buy it, because awesome.